Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy's live in Geneva, Switzerland, bringing us up to date there. And Peter, good evening where you are. And what is the schedule? Hello.
And Bill, this is the talk of the town here on the shores of Lake Geneva. We are told by a U.S. official that $0 of frozen Iranian money has been released by the United States or any other country. So you got to wonder, what's in it for Iran? Why would they do this? Well, they think that they are going to get access to a $300 billion fund to rebuild damage done during this war.
The Iranians are saying that they're going to have access to a $300 billion reconstruction fund. True or false?
Well, Ed, that's the sort of thing they could have access to, funded by the Gulf Coast Coalition, so long as they honor their end of the obligation.
Lindsey Graham, not so sure. He says, I am somewhat concerned that Iran's view of the agreement seems different than what the American negotiating team is claiming. Under our law, any nuclear deal with Iran will be sent to Congress for review and a vote. I look forward to reviewing the final product. At some point, though, Iran may see sanctions placed on them by the United States lifted, but the president and the vice president have both said today a lot has to happen first.
It's really a behavioral thing. If they do what they're supposed to do, that starts taking effect.
If we see the Iranians making, for example, taking action to eliminate their stockpile of enriched material, then yes, sanctions relief will follow.
So the Iranians might get paid, just not for a while, and we have been told that President Trump is still TBD for the signing ceremony here on Friday. But the U.S. delegation will definitely include Vice President Vance, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner.
Okay. We will take it day by day and sometimes hour by hour. Thank you, Peter. Nice to see you. Thank you. I want to bring in Dr. Nazee Moinian, Middle East Institute adjunct fellow. She was raised in Tehran, immigrated to the U.S. at the revolution, 1979, almost 50 years ago. And good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
You've been following it quite closely. Based on what you've heard and what we think we know, are we on the right track?
Well, I find your words hour by hour exactly how it's summed up. Everything changes very quickly. There's a lot we don't know. There's very little we know, actually. We know that this is a peace deal. I want to push back against that. This is a memorandum of understanding. It's a problem with syntax. It's just a pause in hot activity of the hostilities between the two so that the strait can be opened and the oil and the petrochemicals can flow. It's not complete, as the White House had sent a note out, and there's a lot that needs to be done before we can jump into any conclusions.
Okay, so he was asked about the MOU today and said the following as to when we may get a chance to see it.
Mr. President, when will the text of the MOU be released?
I think pretty soon. I would say, I want it to be released because it's a very powerful document. It's not like the Obama document, which was just a terrible document. This is a very powerful document, and I want it to be released. So probably pretty soon. I would say sometime after Friday.
So Friday obviously is 4 days from now. At the time that he was holding that question and answer in Switzerland, in France, I should say, some of his senior administration officials were saying within 24 to 48 hours. And we know that the details are in the fine print here.
That's exactly right. I find it interesting and not at all surprising that the president invoked President Obama in his speech right now. I think the president has two ghosts that he has to contend with, President Carter in 1979 and President Obama in 2015 with the JCPOA. And he has to be very careful not to repeat those legacies with Iran. I know Iran has been a complicated problem, a thorn to the side of many presidents since its inception. President Trump has called the right shots with the assassination of Qasem Soleimani in 2020, withdrawal from the JCPOA in 2018, and June 12th war, which is just the anniversary a few days ago. I think I have sat on this chair before, and I have explained that we were on the right track? I think that's the question you asked me before the camera started. We had the Iranian regime where it hurt. They were not able to export and sell their oil between $200 to $500 million a day. They were hemorrhaging money. Then the truth was in the pudding. We had Vahidi, who's the IRGC commander, basically begging the reporter, saying, what is $20 billion to you Americans? Why don't you release the money? That only meant that they were under extreme economic pressure. I argued that this should have gone on more. We should have extended.
And many have. And
many have.
That was the case. Let me quickly, Democrats are jumping all over this thing right now. They're saying it's an awful situation. On screen, here's Tommy Vitor saying that Trump accomplished none of his goals and lost the war to Iran. Iran now knows it can crater the global economy at any time. Not so sure about that. Michael McFaul, the Strait of Hormuz was open before Trump's war. He cannot claim its reopening as a victory. Illogical. Senator Chris Murphy, who's always on Trump's back, says Trump is humiliated in America. He accomplished none of his goals. He was forced to surrender on Iran's terms. Look at what has happened, though. You get the Strait back open, the oil flows, and now you get into negotiations of the nuclear program, and you have the opportunity and the ability to watch Iran again when it comes to nukes. How about that?
That's exactly right, and thank you for saying that. We're just at the beginning of this process. Iran has historically sabotaged itself. This is a regime that finds it hard to behave, especially under American terms. It has 60 days to mess up this memorandum of understanding. So, you know, it remains to be seen. The details need to come out. The deal needs to be released. We have to be able to read this deal. And don't forget, Congress has to evaluate and then decide finally on it.
And if you get the internet back at 100%, we'll get a sense really about how the Iranian people are feeling.
We will.
That has been an absent part of this story because the regime has shut it down. Doctor, nice to see you, okay?
Thank you very much.
We'll see what comes next.
Yes.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.